Welcome to Sage Circle. I'm Amythyst. Welcome any new subscribers or people that like to watch that aren't subscribed, and all my subscribers in general. I appreciate your energy and your energy exchanges. Today we're doing a channeled full moon reading like I do every month. I will be pulling out my channeled grandmother moon oracle deck as well, as that's my favorite thing to do with the full moon, of course. I have announcements as always. So thank you to everybody that has booked a reading and given donations. I'm grateful. I'm getting really good feedback, which is great. I mean, that's just how things are, and I'm happy. I'd also like to mention Vicky D'Souza at Angel Heart Readings. I'd love you to go suss out Vicky's channel. She's a very good reader, quite a good channel, and has quite a lovely and soft, gentle approach to what's going on. And also shout out to Chris Firestone at SilverWolf Tarot 1111. Chris is good with tarot, and I recommend you suss out their channel too. So, as usual, I always start off with the announcements. I do not use WhatsApp, and I will not contact you asking you to book a reading with me. If you see anybody that is using my name or my channel's name or mimicking me in any way, please report to YouTube and to myself in the description box. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of cards out for the channeled full moon messages for July 2021. I've got some notes here to read out to do with the moon first. So it is called a thunder moon or a buck moon, or you could call it a herb moon even. Now, it's full moon in Cancer, but I've got a little thing on my phone that actually says it's full moon in Aquarius, so take your pick. The colors associated with the buck moon or thunder moon are the golds, grays, blues, silvers, green possibly too. And this particular moon is all about fertility and leadership and major levels of abundance, honesty, strength, self-reflection, dream work, and any sort of magical work that you've done in the last month or two will really be in full flight at this time. So I'm getting told you need to keep your eye out for whales, or symbolisms of whales and or dolphins, or listen to music or sounds with whales and dolphin. And you can burn some frankincense and or sandalwood through this full moon. And the behaviors associated with this full moon are really drawn from the new moon energy. So whatever you were going through or doing or acting or behaving like from the new moon on the 9th of July will really be coming to fruition, coming to the light. If there's any deception or any good deeds that you've done, it'll be really in the limelight at this time. It'll be amplified now. And it's a really good time to focus on one's personal spiritual pursuits. The July full moon for 2021 is also about polarities, people's moods, people's self-worth, levels of frustrations. There definitely is money here with this particular moon, but there's a need to ground and replenish. You need to be true to your own self, regardless of what's going on around you. Be true to yourself. And it's about seeking balance from within to bring balance to the outside areas of your life. And it's also a really good time to get creative with your work endeavors and your to-do list. Like if you've got some things you know you've got to knock over on your list, get it done. Now's the time. You can be social if you want to at this time as well. If you get invited to some social gatherings or to some sort of a social event that you wouldn't normally go to, Spirit's saying it's a really good time just to go do something like that, to be out of the house. Also, if you don't want to go out and be social with other people, but you are feeling sort of boxed into where you are in your space, Spirit is saying get out regardless, even if it's on your own. Go for a walk through a park, go for a little hike, go for a drive to the beach, do those types of things to help with that grounding and replenishment. I'm also getting told that Spirit said, even as I was shuffling all the cards and everything, getting ready for this reading today, Spirit's saying that it's a really good time for people to buy lottery tickets, to buy any sort of input into money to be won. Not so much gambling as in casinos and things. I mean, sure, that might be your thing. That could be a go. But to do with lottery and numbers, whatever numbers associated with you to do with lotteries, that's what Spirit's saying. and it's all around the space. I can see it. There's golds and greens and silver everywhere. That's when I talk about it, that's what I see. So it's interesting because in the next day or so, even this afternoon, if I've got time, I will be doing the channeled messages for the month of Leo, and the energy is quite different that's coming up for that. But remember, we're just doing an actual full moon here, which will sort of go over for the first week of Leo, and then it's back into the Leo energy on its own. So again, this particular full moon is about abundance, strength, self-reflection, dream work, and any magic that you've done in the last month or so will now really hold strong and be apparent that it's worked or it's working for you, manifestations and things like that. And this moon will bring out some levels of polarities within your own self, and you could have some frustrations. There is a lot of energy associated with family and your loved ones at this time, and there could be a reflection in oneself or in other people going on around your private life at this time, which is interesting. So, but remember to be true to yourself. So let's get started. First deck I'm going to be using is the Divine Energy Oracle. Let's see what we got here. Salem, mama meow. My baby boy's come in the room, my cat. It says claim your art. Oh, you might be, I did say creativity. Oops, this one's flicked out. It says love yourself. Wow. There's a couple more on the floor here. Become a clear channel and tune out distractions. Ooh, okay. Just give me a minute here. I'm just going to open my little book back up where I put those channeled messages in. Hi, Salem. Mama. Let me see here where I've written about creativity, because it says claim your art. Yeah, so I've written down now is a good time to get creative and focus on work endeavors and your to-do list, and to focus on your personal spiritual pursuits. So that could be what claim your art is at this time. If you're good at what you do, now's the time to bring that to fruition or bring it out into the open. Love yourself. Well, that speaks for itself. I did say there would be some mood stuff going on here, and some self-reflection and some self-worth stuff going on for some people around the planet, but you do need to ground to help you replenish. It says become a clear channel, so that speaks for itself. Do not come from a space within you that isn't authentic or resonating at an energy that you know it should be at this time. If you can't bring your energy up or you can't bring your energy down, you just need to be clear about those things. And it says tune out distractions, and that could literally be changing the type of music that you listen to all the time. It could be not watching television. It could be actually watching television. It could be doing different things. You know, it could be not eating in front of the TV. Just whatever those little things are for you that you find as a distraction, Spirit's saying to tune them out at this time. Yeah, this is quite a nice moon. You know, there's a lot of strength and fertility associated with this moon, with the buck moon. It's that time of year now, different places around the world, obviously not here in Australia, where the buck is coming out. And they're in full-fledged, you know, and there's fertility going on, and leadership or leaderships, so whatever that means to you. Let me see what we've got here. I'm getting told that people might be having lots of dreams. Oh, I've got a whole heap of in my hand here. Okay, what have we got here? This is my channeled Grandmother Moon messages. We've got Spirit, oops, Tongue, oh, the paper's so soft it's hard to pull them off from each other. Claim and Foot. Let's just go with these ones for the minute. Okay, Grandmother Moon. What channeled messages would you like me to give to these cards today, please? Yes, Grandmother Moon is here, and she's in quite a gentle energy. She's not in full force as she has been in some of the other readings. What Grandmother Moon is saying, it is a time of reflection, and that's why, thank you, that's why she's in that specific calming sort of quiet energy. It's about the self-reflection, as I've written down in the notes. Okay, so what she's saying is you need to pull on whatever faith you have or belief to do with your spiritual pursuits, and that has come up. I've mentioned it already. What she's saying is now is the time to tap into spirit, whatever spirit is to you, however you work with spirit. Really tune into spirit, really vibe and resonate with spirit. Play things when you're sleeping to have that closer link with spirit. If you like certain archangels, play certain vibrational hertz music and things to have that proper link and connection, or enhance your link and connection with certain spirits. Tongue. So this next card, what Grandmother Moon is saying about this is people need to be careful what words come out of their mouth at this time, because it is going to cause trouble. I'm just listening. Oh, okay, so what Grandmother Moon is saying is that sometimes people say things that they shouldn't at the wrong time. So if you know a secret about somebody's pregnancy, or you know that things are happening in your parents' relationship, or there's a surprise party coming up, doesn't matter what your situation is, be really careful how you approach it, and please remember not to say something even accidentally. And I don't actually think it's this particular group that's watching this. I think it's actually people around you that don't think before they speak. That's more the message. And Grandmother Moon's saying, if you're in a position with those people, really pull on your spirit and your link to spirit. Claim. Okay. Now, you can probably hear that I'm tired. I had a few issues a couple of days ago with my heart, because I have a heart condition, and I was really quite ill and quite exhausted. I didn't end up having to go to hospital though, in an ambulance, which is great, but I'm still pretty exhausted now. So you will hear me sigh a bit. I'm just expelling energy. So the claim card, what Spirit's saying about this particular card is that if you want to make a claim on something, okay, for example, I really want to go to that college, or I really want to have a conversation with that person, or I really think it's time that I need to move house, or I really think it's time that whatever your situation is, make a claim on that. If somebody's saying something to you that you don't agree with, like if you're having a fight with siblings or whatever's going on in your immediate world, Spirit's saying make a claim to that and stand by your conviction. Just be truthful in yourself. Don't worry about what's going on around you, because we've got a lot of family element associated with this month as well. As with last month, there's a lot of reflection on sort of intimate relationships to do with this particular moon that will bring things to the surface. So if you really want to profess your love for somebody, do it. If you're not sure which way to turn, like if you've got feelings for somebody and you've only just met them and you've only just sort of been talking and you haven't gone on a date and things like that, Spirit's saying make your claim. Now's the time through this moon to say, hey, do you want to go out for a coffee? Like, it's a really good time to bring that energy. And right above that word actually says love. So that's amazing. So the next card says foot. So basically that means two things. Particularly this card means that there's movement or travel going on and around you at this time, or that you're about to go on some sort of a journey. And that could necessarily actually mean, a spiritual journey. Maybe you're going to go and find a little sort of sweat lodge that you can go to. You might be going to do like a meditation group. You might be going to do some sort of a 5-day workshop, or you might find a little online course. Whatever your situation is, that could be the level of what foot means, a spiritual journey. The next card we've got is balance. Arrow, rattle, and heal. I'll put that over this side. Okay. So what Spirit's saying is obviously there needs to be balance brought in here, as with the polarities that's going on with the energy associated with this moon and the self-reflection. Remember to come from that honest space within yourself, and there's dream work I've written down as well. So you might be getting some clarity and some information and getting some balance that you need through your dreams at this time, and it's a really, really good thing to do. Remember to remain grounded. And I've also written down, it's about seeking balance from within to bring balance to the outside of what's going on in your life. And that's this confirmation arrow. Now, this is in lieu of the card that says claim. So this particular card, arrow, means shoot your shot. Like if you've got focus and you've got aim on something, aim the arrow at it now and fire it, and that's not in a negative way in any way. It just means that if you know you want that job role, if you know you want to study a specific course, if you know you want to leave a situation to do with family and friends, like it's time to step out of friendships and stuff, Spirit says do it now. Aim and focus. Now, Grandmother Moon, the rattle card is basically saying that there needs to be some level of healing go on. Now, maybe you could go and make your own medicine stick or a rattle stick of some sort. You don't have to have hide and fill it with dried corn husks and other things like that, but you do need some sort of noise around you at this time. It's just to break off you energy that's sort of clinging on to you. You need to have some sort of a healing. And then that word heal comes out as well. So Spirit's saying that get out your frankincense, get out your sandalwood, as I mentioned earlier, and see what comes forward for you at this time. What type of energy does Spirit want you to work with? What type of energy is Spirit pushing you towards to get that behavior energy shifted or in place from the new moon that's been just gone? We've got the next lot of cards. It says memory. Rosemary. Oh, I love rosemary. It's my favoriteest herb on the whole planet Earth. I would rather somebody give me some hand-picked rosemary, a bunch of hand-picked rosemary, opposed to a bunch of brought flowers at the shop, honestly. I love rosemary. We've got victory. Wow. I wouldn't even know, nasturtium, I wouldn't even know how to pronounce that. Emotion, cucumber. All right, just give me a second. There's a few more in my hand, but I'll use them in a minute. So let me listen to this. Yeah, Grandmother Moon's saying that real element of self-reflection is really important at this time, reflecting on your past, and not as in like we don't like to resonate in the past, but reflecting on your past connection to things that have put you in the position where you are now emotionally within yourself. Remember to always give yourself some praise and be proud of yourself. Remember to always give yourself that level of self-love. Always remember to say, I have come so far. I have grown from certain situations in my life. Spirit's saying it's really important to give yourself self-love at the moment. Self-reflection could also be self-love. It's depending on how you look at it. And then we've got victory and emotion. So Spirit's saying that the victory that you're seeking mightn't be in a way that you've anticipated. The information that you're seeking to do with the situation, whether it's a job offer or you know, like a house, an application for a house or something you've applied for or what have you, Spirit's saying there will be victory, but it will be different than how you anticipated it. And then the other card says emotion. So Grandmother Moon, there's a moon on the card there. Grandmother Moon, what are you saying? Yeah, Grandmother Moon's saying that really pull through your own self-reflective energy at this time and tap into your emotion. Tap into the emotions that are propelling you and driving you forward in your life at this time. Somebody else around you could have been quite sick recently. I'm also getting told that somebody has had a hard time with other colleagues at work and things like that, or in their friends circle. It could be your friends that have different jobs to you or a different job to you, and it could be just one particular friend, and they sort of always speak to you in a way that suggests that, you know, they're earning a significant amount of money and they get to go A, B, and C, and you're just doing whatever. When in actual fact, that's boosting their ego, not actually fueling each other, like helping each other. So you will get that level of victory, but you do need to tap into your emotional state at this time. I'm also getting told it will be a really good time to actually journal or channel or draw or paint. Pull out that creative energy, as I said earlier. You might draw with chalk, even if you have some colored chalk and you can go outside and draw on the ground or something. Just do something to help bring out those levels of emotion. We've got vitality. We've got trust. Third eye's going on here. And we've got attraction. So fig, basil, and pansy. There's a snake on here, so we're dealing with some skin that's being shed. So what Spirit is saying is that it's really important at the moment to listen to those around you who you love and trust. And if you're not happy with what's going on in your life, sometimes it's really good to take advice from others, because that is also a level of self-care. I'm also getting told it's okay to trust the journey and trust the process. Grandmother Moon saying that her energy is quiet with this particular moon because there's been a lot of self-reflection go on, and everybody's intentions from around the time of the new moon have really put people in the exact positions they're in right now. So even if somebody that you're dealing with is giving you a hard time, and you're just sort of sitting back, literally being quiet and not being responsive in a sense, Spirit's saying that's also because of how their behavior has been to do with the new moon, and it's not necessarily a reflection on you. We've got attraction. So what you attract is what you draw in, and that's the honest truth. So what Spirit's saying is, as with the arrow card, it's similar to this. If you want to apply for a new job, go for it. If you don't want to apply for a new job, but you want to move up in the ranks in your own job, but people around you are going, oh no, it's probably, you shouldn't really be doing that. If you're thinking about opening a YouTube channel, I'm getting told by Spirit that's the perfect thing to do at this time. If you're thinking about you know, doing a podcast or doing things like that, or opening a little online store, Spirit's saying do it now. Shoot your shot and get that level of attraction in. That's also forms of self-love. Next deck of cards. Oh wow, Gaia. And it says wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual understanding. Yay, look at the blues popping off that card. There is heart chakra stuff going on with that card, throat chakra stuff. And there is also solar plexus going on. We've got apprehension, moving out into the world, doubt and fear. Okay. Oh, look. There I am. Ha ha ha. Amethyst, transformation, certainty, and confidence. Yay. That's what this self-reflection energy is about. It's about that level of transformation that you're seeking. You're not out in the dark. You do have some light on your side. Spirit is with you. The angels are guiding you at this time, okay? What Spirit's saying is that it's okay to come from that space of not sure which way to turn. We've got Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. Yes, tune in and tap into your spiritual resources, as I've said to you just before. And the apprehension, it's almost like somebody's planting seeds and you don't really know which way to turn, or you don't know what's going to happen, and you're in that dormant mode where seeds have to grow. And then what comes from that is a transformation. The Master Healer Stone, Amethyst. Oh, a couple of flipped over. I put them on the ground. Oops. Okay, so we've got loss, grief, sadness, and resurrection. Okay, we've got the search, feeling lost, confused, and lonely. Far out. Harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. Okay, just let me listen to spirit. Yeah, Grandmother Moon's saying we've been told already today that there's a level of self-reflection and the polarity and people's moods and being altered from thinking and feeling about things to do with our past and how we are in the present. And Spirit's saying that this is really important to just roll through it. Pull out your drawing books, pull out your sketch pads, whatever it is that you do creatively, you need to have that outlet at this time. We've got Hidden Path, the Marriage of Spirit and Matter. This is my favorite card in the entire deck. Okay, so it's loss, grief, sadness, and resurrection. The search, feeling lost, confused, lonely, and harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. Exactly. If you're feeling down in the dumps energetically from whatever energy is coming from this moon, just roll with it. I know so many people in my life, and I'm not exaggerating, so many people in my life get affected by the moon every bloody moon. I know friends literally that them and their children, every moon, it's an absolute shit fight. Their children don't sleep. Their babies aren't resting. They can't eat properly themselves. They're not getting the sleep that they need. And this is all part of what's happening when it comes to full moon cycles. But this particular moon is probably going to give you a bit of a kick in the butt, okay? But there is harmony. There is harmony coming from that. Can I have a couple more of those, Spirit? I'm getting told I need to also pull out some more Grandmother Moon cards. Oh, well, thank you. My grandfather's here, and he's been hovering around for about half an hour before I even started this. Hi, Pa. Ganesh, or Ganshi. Sorry, Ganesh. Clearing away obstacles, protection, guidance. Ta-da! Look, there you go. And that's using that harmony from that spiritual growth that I was talking about and tapping into your spiritual sources. This is what you've got going on here. We've got yin yang, creating harmony through balance. The second word of harmony, the second time the word harmony has come out, and that's not the first time we've mentioned balance today, girls and guys, men, women, whoever, right? Hopefully no children watch these videos, because I swear. And we've got peace. Oh, look at the color of this. Oh, poppity pop pop. So maybe somebody needs to actually work on their solar plexus and their sacral chakras at this time to bring it into alignment. It's got peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Grandmother Moon. That's what I'm saying. Don't take the energy that you're feeling from this moon as something bad or negative. Just roll with it, okay? It's going to really make you question your own self about certain things, I suppose, if you're the type of person that gets truly affected by the moon. What else we got here? Look at this one. Thinking of you. Look at that. A loving thought, serendipity. Wow, that is a direct message specifically for me right this very second from my grandfather. I love you too. I'm glad you're here. He knows I've been quite unwell the last couple of days. So those two are in alignment. Again, get your solar plexus, your sacral in alignment at the moment. We've got a hidden gift, sadness, and ending a new beginning. Wow. So there could be some transformation and growth, as with the amethyst card. There's that transformation and growth going on here. Spirit's got your back. Literally, there's wings on this man's back. And we've got rising above, clarity, freedom, and solution. Look at this dove. Oh, these cards are insane. I absolutely love them. So Grandmother Moon, would you like me to pull out your cards? Yeah. She's saying, yeah, I can hear tribal music or traditional music or like ritual healing music, but not like rituals as in magic and spells or anything like that. Ritual music as in, you know, like healing circles and drums going and things like that. It's so beautiful. If you could probably listen to something like that. If you're living in a country where it's summertime where you are, you might be able to take a blanket and go lay out on the grass under the full moon if you're awake at that time. I don't know what time the full moon is. I haven't checked. But I really think it would be great if you could go and do that and listen to something like that in your earphones and just look up at the sky and embrace it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What have we got here, Grandmother Moon? Oh, sage. Woo. Is me. Night. Oh, I just said that. Yeah, that's a confirmation. She's saying, yes, now you're on the right track. Heard. Okay. I've got a heap in my hand. We're just going to go with that. Oh my God. We've got stars. And we've got move. Yeah, listen to that music. And I did say earlier, maybe listen to some type of music that's going to help you break energy off you and shift it from your auric field and your energetic fields at the time. Okay, sage. Now that could mean two meanings. That could mean that it's time for a cleanse, or to do a traditional cleanse. You might need to go see a shaman or a healer of some sorts if you're not the type of person that does that cleansing on your own or to yourself. But Spirit saying now the time to do it 100%. And the nighttime, as I mentioned, it's time to get out there. Now heard is your family. Heard are your people. Spirit saying, I actually think, because the word stars is next to this here, that you might have some people in spirit, your ancestors and things that you like to talk to at this time, and that's your herd. And Spirit saying, really pull on them for that spiritual clarity at the moment, that spiritual focus that I mentioned earlier. And we've got move, which I mentioned, you need to move energy off you. We've got vision. Yeah, hold your vision. That's that arrow card that I mentioned. Land. Yeah, you need to ground. And as I said, lay on the ground. Honor. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hang on a minute. Honor and flint. So honor what you've got going on around you. Grandmother Moon says it's normal to go through ebbs and flows, just like the cycles of the moon. She's saying it's a really important time to have that self-reflection. She is saying most definitely people need to put pen to paper, pencil to sketch pad, for example. You know what I mean? Like your level of creativity mightn't be drawing. It might be making music on a little app on your phone, or it could be skateboarding in weird places. And whatever your energy is, whatever your creative flair is with that energy, you need to claim your art. And the other card come up earlier was claim as well. And we've got flint, which is what you will use to spark, to make fire. So what Grandmother Moon is saying is you've got that fire burning within you. You've got the spark lit already. You don't have to feel like you don't have a fire burning within you. You actually do. It's already there. And I actually have the next card, which is drums. Unbelievable. And I did say earlier about tapping into the drums. Okay, we've got Father Sky. Now, I did say you need to go lay out and lay under the sky. Now, my grandfather came in. Obviously, that's not a grandfather situation here, but it is Father Sky. So maybe you need to have that level of energy associated. You might need to ground and bring in your masculine energy to help ground with what's going on in your emotional spaces at this time, opposed to coming from that emotional space, come from an intellectual one at the minute. We've got offerings. You might be getting good offerings coming around you that you can't see yet, or you might be willing to make some offering or peace offering to others around you for whatever reason. Spirit saying it's really important at this time to remember your self-worth and to tap into that leadership quality within yourself. And don't forget, there is major levels of abundance, huge levels of abundance going on around people. Abundance isn't always money. That could be the offerings totem. So whatever your totem animal is, or whatever deity that you work with for the good of causes, like for everybody on the planet type of thing, you need to call that in now and work with that particular deity or goddess or god or what have you through this moon. And we've got shaman, and I did say earlier you might need to go have a healing. We've got youth, ceremony, energy. Just give me two more. Oh, there is only two more. Ancestors and Mother Earth. Whoa. Okay. So what Spirit's saying is that at the moment, that level of ceremony, and I said it earlier, listening to some drumming or something, some traditional Lakota drumming or whatever you're into. It could be Irish for all I know, some nice healing Irish music or whatever it is. Spirit's saying it's really important to actually do that at this time if you can get out under the moon and do it. If you can't get out under the moon and do it, but you're able to open, like for me it'll be freezing cold, I'll go out there for a small period of time like I always do every full moon, and have done for over 20 years. But if you can actually at least open your curtains in your room that you're in, or in your lounge room, or wherever you're going to sit and take in that moon and listen to the drumming music or what have you, open your curtains to let that earth energy come inside. And that's why we've got the Mother Earth card here, and we also had that Gaia card earlier. You do need to ground, you need to get outdoors. I did say that if you're not in the mood to go and be social, as in go out to certain events with people, it is really important to actually get out regardless. Go sit outside, have your dinner outside for a change. you know, have a little picnic by yourself. It doesn't really matter. You just need to do it. And that's the energy that you're going to get from coming from that shamanic spiritual approach. Now, I did say your ancestors earlier. I mentioned your ancestors, and I did say that they will likely be calling you to go out and have that time underneath the stars with them. And then this one was on the floor, all right? Oops, I dropped it again. This one was on the floor, flute. So you might need to listen to some flute. You might have a little flute that you can play. You might know of a little flute that you've been thinking about buying or building or making, and Spirit's saying it's the time now. It's actually time to pull that energy out and get creative with it. All right, this is an odd reading for me, quite an odd reading, the energy. And like I said, I'm tired because I've had heart issues. Stress does that. So what have we got here? I've got some ladybug messages, channeled messages from ladybug here on my deck. I've got eternal. We've got rainy days. Yeah, reminiscing. That self-reflection, protected, and create to better. There's a creative word again. So just let me pull out one or two more of these. What else do you want to say? Oops. And we've got sun is life. Yay! So can I have one more? And natural true self. Yes, I did say earlier that this particular moon is about honesty, being honest to yourself, and having conversations with people that you don't really feel like you want to have a conversation with them about. There's an element here that you need to come from your natural true self. So eternal, rainy days, protected, create to better, sun is life, and natural true self. So the thing is with ladybug, the reason why there was, you know, thousands and hundreds and thousands and millions and even billions of ladybugs on the planet is because their system from the dawn of time, whenever they were created, has never ever changed. It is never ever altered. They've done the exact same thing continuously for eternity, and that's why they flourish the way they do. They have this old sort of wisdom about them that it's almost like a secret. It's almost like magical because they've done that in a certain way and haven't had to alter. Rainy days, as I said just before, that is about that self-reflection that you've got going on with you at this time, but it also could mean that you need to have a cry or be in touch with your emotions. Protected, you are protected at this time from what you're uncomfortable about being your natural true self over. Don't think that you're going to be exposed. If you feel exposed for something, or you feel like you don't like going out in public because of exposure, or you don't want to go into social settings because of a certain level of exposure, this is a message from Lady Beetle to say that you are protected to be yourself. Just be honest, be yourself. If you're not happy with something, say it. If you're not happy with a family member, if you're not happy with the way your mother behaves, if you're not happy with, you know, a boss at work or what have you, now's the time to be your natural true self and create to better. Learn from that energy that you're manifesting right now. Learn from that energy, because there is a lot of abundance. There's that level of fertility. So even if you're not one of those people that can get pregnant, I think I'd near about be dead if I fell pregnant. I can't fall pregnant. It did fucking kill me. I couldn't imagine at 40 years of age being a person having a baby. I did actually consider doing a surrogate couple of years ago. I really thought, oh my god, my body clocks at that point. And then I also thought about adopting as well. So, but then all this COVID stuff happened, so I didn't do anything of that. So the time has passed. But anyway, so sun is life. So that's just a message from Spirit that the sun goes up, the sun goes down. As with us, the cycles of the moon, as I mentioned earlier, the ebb and flow of the moon. This is just another message. That's that level of polarity, that level of duality, the sun and the moon. This is what Spirit's saying. And we've got order from chaos. What else do we have here? Amulets and charms. Common goal. Ooh, it is a really lucky auspicious time. We've got remain structured. Yes, and I did say earlier that you might need to be pulling on that masculine energy from yourself and your life around you to come from that mental space opposed to an emotional one at this time. Okay, if the emotional elements aren't working for you, you need to remain structured. That's that intellectual mind space. Amulets and charms, so that's just a sign from Spirit saying that, you know, ladybugs are very lucky. They're good luck to keep your eyes out for amulets and charms, things to do with ladybug at this time. And common goals, so Spirit has your back. Whatever you're aiming for, if you've you know, if your goals aren't being met at this time or your needs aren't being met at this time, Spirit says they've got your back regardless of what's going on in your life. You do have support in the spirit world at this time. And we've got release fears. And that's what I was saying earlier about, oh, where is that card? Sorry. Oh, I don't know where it is now. Anyway, about just coming to that space of yourself, just being honest about what's going on around you. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. You just need to come from there. And we've got take flight. Yeah, take that leap, regardless of what it is, okay? Can I have, there's only 3 more. They're flowing out on the floor. We've got awaken. Yeah, now's the time. We've got dormant gifts, and we've got positive movement, okay? Yeah, so what Spirit's saying is that once you come through that self-reflection energy to do with the moon, and like I said, it couldn't really drop people on their ass this particular moon, and that's just what's happening, and Grandmother Moon came in off the bat with that energy. What Spirit's saying is that you need to remain awakened within yourself. You need to come from that space of being true to oneself, and that'll keep your flame lit, as I mentioned earlier with the Flint card, okay? Grandmother Moon's telling me to pull out some more cards. There is positive movement, whether you can see it or not, because out of bad things or good things come energy regardless, because you're walking your path. We've got grandfather, son. Woo! There's the sun element again. We've got traditional. You might need to actually go have a traditional healing, as I've said. You might actually need to be in front of somebody one-on-one and not doing things online. Maybe you're having too much internet time at the moment or what have you. That other card was saying before that people might need to have a break from certain things, you know. So, and we've got smudge. So sage card come up earlier as well, and we've got season. So whatever you feel like your season is at the moment, you could feel like, oh, you know, even though some places are in summer, we're in winter, for example. Season doesn't necessarily mean season is in the season you're in. It just means there's change. Every year there's a cycle, the cycle of life, and it goes around. As with the ebb and flow of the moon, and as with the sun, it goes up and it comes down and it feeds the planet. So Grandmother Moon's just being very quiet today. What else do you want to say, Grandmother Moon? Oh, tell the truth. Bone. Yeah, wow, awesome. Make, woo, and plants. So just give me a minute. That's my little boy you can hear in the background. He's laying on my bed. So tell the truth, or tell it like it is, or tell yourself that things are going to change, or tell yourself that you won't accept certain things going on around you in your life. Now's the time to be your natural, true self. A bone. Now this actually is quite traditional for me, this particular card in association with, I can't even speak, in association with this reading in particular. What this means is that you're casting the bone. What this means is that if your gut feeling says something and you can't get confirmation on that somehow, do your own form of divination. Like, don't always rely on other people's voice and opinion. Spirit's saying that you need to cast that bone yourself. You need to pull your bone strength from within you. That also is another meaning for strength, that particular card. But for today, I'm pretty sure that what Grandmother Moon is saying is that it's really important to know that you are in control of your own life, that you're able to actually get that level of intuition and stuff from yourself. You can get the clarity you need opposed to getting it from outside sources. And we've got make. So make a difference, make a stand, get creative, you know. Dormant gifts, that's right above dormant gifts. So whatever your dormant gift is, it could be, like I said earlier, you might be wanting to start a YouTube channel and things like that. It could even just be rearranging your bedroom. It could even just be like, okay, I really need to get a whole new different color in my wardrobe. Like whatever that is, that's going to make you feel like you're making a difference, you're making a stand, you're making a change in your own personal life. Now's the time. It'll bring out those dormant gifts. Now, wheel, I said before, the cycle of life, the wheel of life. This is the medicine wheel. Spirit's saying you need to tap into that. You need to really get spiritual at this time. Clan, journey. I've got 2 more. 3 more, actually. I'm tired, guys. Can you tell? Cloud, flame, and sweat. Whoa. Okay, give me a minute. Grandmother Moon. Yeah, so Grandmother Moon's saying, I've already mentioned, she said, yeah, definitely the medicine wheel. People have a healing that they need to do at the moment. I'm getting told that people need to eat a bit more meat. There's somebody that has quite low energy when it comes to iron. That could be why I've sort of slumped in the last 15 minutes. I just really feel hit by that. Just boom. I'm even sort of slumped, leaning forward slightly. My whole energy is sort of depleted. And I think that could be why I'm getting told, yes, I'm getting a nod. So somebody's having issues with iron. And if you don't eat meat, you still need to increase your iron. Get a really good quality vegan or vegetarian iron supplement or something like that. Or iron shots as well. You really need to do something like that. So then we've got clan. So basically this means you are your own clan. You are your own family. Pull on those around you that you know you can get proper healing from. And I said earlier, you might need to go have a shamanic healing. You might need to go get a massage. You might need to go to the chiropractor even. You might just need to go to the doctor and have a conversation about something that's, you might have an issue with your knees or a knee or something. You know what I mean? And we've got journey, and Spirit saying this is all part of the journey. Everything you're going to go through to do with this particular moon will tie off some loose ends with things and just push through it. Just hold on tight and get through this energy at this time. Remember that this is also about intimate relationships. This whole spread has got that intimate relationship energy behind it, and it's also about being true to yourself. So we've got flame, sweat, and clouds. So again, there's messages in the clouds, there's messages in the sky, there's messages from Spirit. Tap into that bone energy, listen to your intuition, do your own form of divination, and don't necessarily rely on others at this time if you are getting too much information at once, or get it broken down a little bit different. So then we've got flame, and I mentioned earlier with the flint, that's just a confirmation that we all have that space within us that where our torches lit. And to be honest, if people's torches weren't lit, you didn't have that little flame burning within you, nobody would be here. You know what I mean? Because it's your soul, it's what drives you. And then we've got sweat. And I did mention earlier about a sweat lodge or something. Maybe if you can actually find a sweat lodge, that would be fantastic. Look, if you've never done a sweat lodge before, it can be quite grilling. You've got to have a build up for a couple of days. You need to actually prepare yourself properly for it. You need to eat properly. You need to cleanse properly. You need to, be able to hold and maintain excessive amounts of water and stuff. But maybe that's what's going on for you at this time. Or maybe you do have the sweats, or maybe you're sweating about a situation, like spiritually going, oh my God, which way do I turn? Spirit's saying natural true self. I'm going to pull out 3 more cards of this pile, and then I'm going to pull out 1 card and finish off the reading. We've got happiness. Oh, marriagerum. I looked everywhere yesterday for that. Carrot. Clarity. I like marjoram tea. Courage, thyme, and we've got energy, orange. Woo! Thyme. Okay, so that speaks for itself. Happiness, clarity, courage, and energy. That's the second time the energy cards come up. I'm just going to put out a little card from this deck. Can I have an overall message for Grandmother Moon, please? The energy is quite different here. I am quite quiet. I'm feeling better now that I mentioned about the iron supplement. I've sort of lifted up. I'm feeling back. Ooh. It says, my power is loving. I accept my power, and my self-love blooms with the energy of its support. I love that it is safe for me to express my power every day. Wow, there's the energy card there. Energy is written on here. The energy card come up earlier. And I did say to you, one of the first cards that have come out right back here is self-love. No, that's not it. Look. So what you need to do is remember that. I'm getting told one more quickly before the cut's out. Okay, we've got loving energy. As I move throughout this day, I surround myself with loving energy. I consciously place myself within an energy field that supports, protects, and shields me. Oh, yo! I did say that you're protected. You do have Spirit on your side to do with your energy and stuff at this time. So, crazy full moon channels. Much love. Blessed be, blessed are the witches, and please like, share, subscribe, or drop a comment. I love to see what people think about the channeled messages. So kiss, kiss, love Amethyst.